Have you ever opened your fridge and wondered, wait, should this even be in here? You're not alone. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the 10 foods you should absolutely never refrigerate, and the reasons why will shock you. Stick around, because the truth might be lurking in your fridge right now. Let's kick things off with a bang. 1. Tomatoes. You might think keeping tomatoes chilled keeps them fresh, but the truth? Refrigeration wrecks their flavor and texture. Tomatoes lose their ripening mojo in the cold, turning mealy and bland. Imagine biting into a tomato that tastes like nothing. Sad, right? Store them at room temperature and let them shine naturally. Flavor is everything. 2. Bread. You toss your loaf into the fridge thinking it'll last longer, right? Wrong. Refrigeration speeds up the staling process. That soft, fluffy texture? Gone. Cold air sucks the moisture out. Unless you're freezing it, keep bread in a cool, dry place instead. Your sandwiches will thank you. 3. Onions. Here's a mistake many make. Onions need air. Pop them in the fridge, and they'll turn soft, moldy, and even stinkier. Plus, they'll taint nearby foods with that unmistakable odor. Keep them in a ventilated basket or mesh bag. Your kitchen and your taste buds will notice the difference. 4. Garlic. Garlic bulbs are living things. In the fridge, they sprout, lose flavor, and turn rubbery. Ever chopped refrigerated garlic and ended up with a weird, bitter taste? That's why. Leave garlic in a dry, dark spot with airflow. It'll last weeks full of punch and power. 5. Potatoes. This one's important especially for seniors. Cold temperatures turn potato starch into sugar. That might sound harmless, but it changes the flavor and can even increase acrylamide levels when cooked something you don't want. Store potatoes in a paper bag, away from light. Keep them firm, fresh, and safe. Are you starting to rethink your fridge habits yet? Let's keep going. 6. Coffee. If you're storing coffee beans or grounds in the fridge, stop. Coffee is like a sponge. It absorbs moisture and odors from everything around it. That's a recipe for disaster. It'll taste stale and just too off. Instead, keep it in an airtight container in a cool cupboard. You'll taste the difference in every sip. 7. Honey. Here's a natural miracle that never spoils unless you refrigerate it. Cold temps make honey crystallize, turning it into a gritty, clumpy mess. It's still safe to eat, but the texture? Ruined. Honey does best in a sealed jar at room temperature. It's nature's sweet perfection. Let it stay that way. 8. Olive oil. Think you're preserving it in the fridge? Think again. Cold makes olive oil cloudy and thick, and eventually it solidifies. Worse, the flavor deteriorates. Always store olive oil in a dark bottle, in a cool pantry. Keep it golden, smooth, and delicious. 9. Bananas. This one surprises a lot of people. When bananas hit the fridge, the skin goes dark and the fruit stops ripening. That perfect balance of sweetness? Lost. Unless they're already ripe and you need to delay spoiling for a day or two, avoid the fridge entirely. Let them ripen on the counter for full flavor. And finally, 10. Melons. Whole melons like watermelon, cantaloupe, and honey-dudent belong in the fridge. They lose antioxidants and flavor when chilled before cutting. Leave them on the counter until sliced. Once you cut them, then they go into the fridge, tightly covered. Now, here's the twist. You've just discovered what not to refrigerate. But what if I told you there's even more? What if some items in your fridge are quietly spoiling your health, energy, and even your sleep? Now, we're diving deeper into the hidden dangers inside your fridge and why seniors need to be especially careful. Stay with me. You won't want to miss what's next. Now that you know which 10 foods don't belong in the fridge, it's time to ask, what else could be quietly sabotaging your health from inside that cold box? Let's talk about food safety. Especially for seniors, food poisoning isn't just a bad afternoon, it can be dangerous. And the fridge, if misused, can hide the culprits instead of protecting you from them. Let's keep going with what you need to know next. Danger Zone 1. Overcrowding the fridge. Packing your fridge like a game of Tetris? That's a big mistake. Cold air needs room to circulate. Without airflow, some spots get too warm. That creates mini breeding grounds for bacteria. Keep space around your food. Let the cold do its job. Danger Zone 2. Improper leftovers storage. Do you toss in leftovers in their original pan, cover them with foil, and forget about them? That's risky. Food needs to cool quickly, and deep containers trap heat. That's a playground for bacteria. Use shallow containers. Label them with dates. And here's the golden rule. When in doubt, throw it out. Danger Zone 3. Forgotten items. Out of sight, out of mind. That little container in the back? It could be weeks old. The longer it sits, the more it spoils and, not always with visible signs. Mold, bacteria, and toxins can thrive invisibly. Do a weekly fridge clean-out. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth. Now let's talk specifics foods that may look fine, but are quietly becoming health hazards. 1. Deli meats and packaged cold cuts. Even when sealed, these meats can grow Listeria bacteria that survive refrigeration. Listeria can be deadly for older adults. Don't eat deli meat past its expiration, even if it looks or smells okay. And once opened, use it within 3-5 days, max. 2. Soft cheeses. Brie, feta, camembert delicious, but dangerous if handled carelessly. Their moisture and low acidity make them breeding grounds. Keep them sealed tightly and use them quickly. Avoid if you have a weakened immune system. 3. Pre-cut fruits and veggies. Convenient, yes, but once they're cut, they're vulnerable. Pathogens multiply fast, even in the fridge. Wash them well. Eat them soon. Never leave open packs lingering. And then there's something even more subtle. Fridge odors. That funky smell? It's not just unpleasant, it's a red flag. Strong odors can mean bacteria is growing somewhere. Clean your fridge with baking soda and water every month. Keep an open box of baking soda inside to absorb odors. If you smell something, find it. Don't wait. Now let's pause and talk about something most people ignore. Temperature settings. The ideal fridge temperature? Below 40°4 F, 4°4 C. Above that, bacteria start partying. Use a thermometer. Don't guess. And the freezer? 0°4 F, 18°4 C, or lower. That's your safe zone. If your freezer's cranking at a higher temp, your food may not be safe even if it looks frozen. Here's a common mistake: leaving the fridge open too long. Every time you linger with the door wide open, warm air rushes in. That affects everything. If you need time to decide what you want, stand back, think, then open the door. It sounds silly, but it matters. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a lot. I just want to eat healthy and safe. I hear you. That's why in the next section, we're simplifying all this into easy fridge rules for seniors, practical, clear, and designed to keep your food and you safe. But there's one more trap we need to uncover first. Cross-contamination. Storing raw meat on the top shelf? Dangerous. Always store raw meat, poultry, or seafood at the bottom in sealed containers. That way, if they drip, they don't contaminate everything beneath. Also, don't reuse old containers for new leftovers without washing them first. Bacteria lingers in microscopic crevices. Always wash with hot, soapy water, or use dishwasher-safe glassware. Safe storage equals longer life. Now, what about produce? You do need to refrigerate some of it, but not all. Remember the rule: if it's been cut, it must be chilled. But whole? Many don't need cold at all. Apples, for instance, are fine on the counter for a week or two. Citrus fruits, too. The fridge can actually dry them out. Let's recap quickly. Tomatoes, potatoes, garlic, onions, bananas, bread, keep them out of the fridge. Deli meat, cut fruit, soft cheese, Leftovers handle with care in the fridge. Clean weekly. Label your leftovers. Watch the temperature. Doing this will not only protect your health, it'll also save you money. Food waste is often caused by improper storage, and when you're on a fixed income, every dollar counts. We're almost there, but trust me, you'll want to see what's coming next. Now, we'll break down the smart fridge system for Señor's simple, no-nonsense way to organize, rotate, and monitor your food so nothing gets wasted and everything stays fresh. Ready for that peace of mind every time you open the fridge? Stay tuned. Now that we've tackled what not to refrigerate and exposed the hidden dangers quietly lurking in your fridge, it's time for a transformation. Let's build your smart fridge system designed specifically for seniors, because food safety should be easy, organized, and even enjoyable. And the best part? You only need to remember 3 zones: the top, the middle, and the bottom. That's it. Let's start with Zone 1, the top shelf. This is where your ready-to-eat items go. That means cooked leftovers, yogurt, jams and jellies, sealed drinks, dips and sauces. Why the top? Because it's the most consistent in temperature. No chance of cross-contamination, no drips from meat. It's the safe zone. Pro tip: label everything with a marker. Date it. Visibility is key. If you can't see it, you won't eat it. Zone 2, the middle shelf. Here's where your eggs, dairy, and meal prep containers belong. Avoid putting milk in the fridge door. It's the warmest spot, exposed every time the door swings open. That shortens its life. Use clear bins to group like items. 1 bin for cheeses, 1 for snacks, 1 for leftovers. Think grab and go. When things are organized, you'll feel more in control every time you open that door. Zone 3, the bottom shelf. This is the danger zone, and we're going to turn it into your safety zone. Store raw meat, fish, and poultry here in sealed, leak-proof containers. Always. Never just toss it in on a tray. If it leaks, it contaminates everything below. Worried about remembering what's what? Create a simple label system. Red for raw, green for prepped, blue for dairy. You can even use colored stickers. It might seem small, but color coding gives you instant clarity, and that matters when memory isn't what it used to be. Now, let's talk drawers. You've probably got 2 sometimes labeled crisper or humidity control. High humidity drawer, great for leafy greens, herbs, and soft veggies. Low humidity drawer, best for apples, carrots, and citrus. But here's a secret. If you don't use these drawers properly, they just become clutter traps. Set 1 drawer for fruit, the other for vegetables. Add paper towels to absorb moisture. Replace weekly. That alone extends shelf life dramatically. Now let's add 1 more layer to this system, the weekly fridge check. Every Sunday or whichever day suits you, best do this 5-minute routine. Check expiration dates. Toss what's questionable. Rotate items. Bring older foods forward. Wipe any spills. A quick swipe prevents bigger problems later. Refill your baking soda box if it's been in there for a month. Make a quick list of what's running low. This is how you take control. 1 small habit. Big results. But there's more. Let's talk about freezer wisdom, because what you freeze and how you freeze it matters. Smart freezing tips. Freeze in small portions. That way, you only thaw what you'll actually use. Label everything with name and date. No guessing. Use freezer-safe bags. Remove as much air as possible. Flat freeze items like soup or sauces, in bag stack them like books. Saves space and time. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They freeze things they'll never use. Be honest with yourself. Will you really eat that leftover chili 3 months from now? If not, don't freeze it. Freezing isn't a magic wand. It preserves. Yes, but it doesn't improve. Let's move to one of the most overlooked aspects of food storage: deserving temperature. Some foods are better not eaten cold, and warming them slightly, not just for taste, but for digestion can make a huge difference. Cold food can be harder to digest, especially for seniors. It slows metabolism, affects gut health, and for some, can even lead to stomach discomfort. So for foods like cooked leftovers, oatmeal or grain bowls, vegetables and proteins, consider warming them slightly. A few seconds in the microwave can enhance flavor, texture, and digestion. Now, a quick bonus tip for anyone on medication. Medication and fridge space. A warning. Some medications require refrigeration, but not all. Never assume. Always check the label. And never store them near raw foods. Use a dedicated container or drawer if needed. Medications should be isolated, clean, dry, and safe. And finally, let's tie this all together with a challenge. Tonight, when you open your fridge, take a photo of it. Then, apply what you've learned. Rearrange the zones. Label your items. Toss the moldy container you've been avoiding. Then tomorrow, take another photo. Compare. Feel the difference. A well-organized fridge isn't just about food. It's about peace of mind, independence, safety, confidence. And you deserve all of that. But we're not done just yet. Now, we're diving into the emotional side of food. How fridge clutter reflects mental clutter, how eating habits change with age, and how simple food rituals can restore energy, joy, and clarity in your life. Because your fridge isn't just a storage box, it's a reflection of how you care for yourself. Ready for the final, most powerful part? Now, take a deep breath. Because this last part, it's not just about food. It's about you. We've cleaned the fridge, set up smart zones, learned what to refrigerate and what not to. Now, we need to talk about something even more important. How the state of your fridge reflects the state of your mind. Sounds dramatic? It's not. Your fridge is the heartbeat of your home. It's where nourishment lives. It's the first place you go in the morning, and sometimes the last place you visit at night. And if that space feels chaotic, forgotten, or stressful, chances are other parts of life do too. So, let's dig deep for a moment. When was the last time you opened your fridge and felt calm? Not rushed, not overwhelmed, but at peace? If the answer is, I can't remember, don't worry, you're not alone. As we age, the rhythm of life shifts. Kids are grown. Careers slow down. Maybe we live alone. Maybe we've lost someone. Food stops being about family dinners and more about grabbing whatever's easy. But food is still connection. To ourselves. To our bodies. To the memories we hold. Remember the smell of your mother's soup? The taste of your favorite birthday cake? That one dish you made every Sunday? Those moments live in you, and the fridge eyes where they begin again. Let's reclaim that joy. Let's bring life back to your fridge. Here's how. Create a joy shelf. One small section dedicated to items that make you smile. Maybe it's a tiny jar of raspberry jam, your favorite cheese, a single slice of lemon cake. This isn't about indulgence. It's about reminding yourself you matter. Because you do. Every time you open that door, you should feel that. Build rituals around food. Instead of skipping breakfast, make a ritual. Toast and tea. A banana and a story from the newspaper. Something small, but sacred. Use the fridge as a prompt. What do I want to eat today? Not what's left. Not what's quick. But what you truly want. Use your fridge as a gratitude journal. Literally. Stick a note on the inside with 3 things you're grateful for. Change it weekly. It could be simple. The tomatoes finally ripened. I remembered to drink more water. Had lunch with a friend. Let those notes remind you. You are still growing, still living, still here. Now here's the part that really hits home. Your health, your habits, your happiness are all connected. And the fridge is one of the few places where all 3 meet. You don't need a personal chef or a 10-0 kitchen. You just need intention. A clean space, foods that serve you, a system that works. That's power. That's freedom. That's peace. So let's make a promise right here, right now. No more fridge filled with mystery containers. No more expired jars from who knows when. No more cold pizza as dinner 5 nights in a row. You deserve better. Your body deserves better. And it all starts today. Let's wrap with something simple. The 5 fridge commandments for seniors. Thou shalt not refrigerate foods that hate the cold. Tomatoes, potatoes, onions, we see you. Thou shalt label and date everything. Your future self will thank you. Thou shalt clean the fridge weekly. 5 minutes of calm, it's therapy. Thou shalt eat what brings joy, not just what's fast. Thou shalt check temperatures and zones because safety is love. If you've made it this far, you're amazing. You cared enough to learn, to grow, to take control. And that means something. Before we go, I'll leave you with this. Every time you open your fridge from now on, let it remind you of who you are. Capable, caring, vibrant, alive. Food isn't just fuel. It's your connection to the world, to your past, and to the future you still get to write. So, eat well, store smart, live fully. And if this video helped you even just a little, please tap that like button, subscribe for more content just like this, and share it with someone who could use a fridge reset too. Thank you for being here. Stay curious, stay kind, and remember some of the most powerful changes start in the smallest corners, like your fridge.